हाँ, तो अरे वो फोन बंद करिए।
बंद।
Yeah. Hello everyone. Yeah, this is Ejaz Ahmed with you. I welcome all my offline students as well as online students to this forum. And let me just give a brief about what we are trying to do for a 2 minutes. Couple of minutes I will speak about the full stack academy. Then afterwards I will hand over the mic to Mr. Shahbaz for his demonstration, please. Yeah, I hope you're able to see the screen on what Zoom. So here the audience who are connected offline with us. I was just talking to you like Full Stack Academy is a 2 years old organization startup. We started the journey last 2 years back with an intention to create a setup, an environment where we can bring the young graduates who are coming out of the colleges looking out for the placements in an IT industry. And this is an environment which we created in Kavichoki, Hyderabad. And this is a place where we identify the, the technologies which has jobs in the market. And we bring the industry leaders to deliver the technology here in the offline. We believe in an offline learning until unless there is a dire need of a requirement for online, then we are also giving you the online Zoom live as well. Okay, so today's demo is will be like an hybrid. So this the people who are here, the students over here who are sitting will be witnessing the live class which is taken by Mr. Shehbaz sir. And now about the course, the data science is a technology which you usually listen, and it's a technology which is having a huge demand in the market. Various job opportunities are there in this. Okay, starting with data analyst, starting with data scientist, data analyst, data engineer, okay, data associate. There are a lot of job roles are there. And how is this data science is playing an important role in an industry? How, as a student, as a beginner, how you can learn this technology to target a job, and what are the contents of this technology? Okay, so everything in detail, Mr. Shehbaz sir is going to deliver over here today. So once again, I request all the online users to keep your phone on a mute. And if you have any questions, you drop a message on a chat window on a Zoom, so that that questions will be taken at the end. So first we would have a demo first, and after that we will have a question answer session where every question which is being asked here in classroom, as well as the question which is placed in the chat room of a Zoom link will be, inshallah, will be answered. Right. So on behalf of Full Stack Academy, I once again welcome you all. My name is Ejaz Ahmed. I'm a co-founder and a managing director of this academy. And now I would like to welcome Mr. Shehbaz sir onto the floor and start the demonstration. Shehbaz sir.
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum. This is Shehbaz. Welcome to this demo session. Well, I hope people are doing great. If there is any issue, please let me know. So you can see that here we will talk about data science. Well, before that, I just would like to brief you about myself. I've got more than 25 plus years of experience. And for the last almost 10 years, I'm working on this technology, data science. Before that, I was working on Oracle technologies as an Oracle database administrator or ERP administrator. Coming to this data science, I work with different domain. What is that domain and all that we'll be discussing in just a minute. I work with because for data science, the business domain is very important. We are always working on a particular business domain. Because here, if you look at data science, the two words, data science. So data is very important. So I'm talking about business domain and data domain. So I work as a data science for education, healthcare, marketing, and of late e-commerce. Okay. Now you can say that like education data analysis, or marketing data analysis, or e-commerce data analysis. So what is exactly when we say data analysis versus when I'm saying specifically digital marketing or marketing data science? So now if you look at the term data analyst, data scientist, they are interchangeably used. Here, of course, our focus is on data science. So you are talking about like, digital marketing or marketing data scientists. healthcare data scientist, education data scientist, or data analyst. So what is exactly difference? That also we're going to discuss. Okay. Now, before I begin, I would like to just know about my audience. Do you have any idea about data science? Have you heard about or learned about data science before? You heard about data science, great. Any idea, knowledge about programming, particularly Python? Little bit, great. How about knowledge about statistics or SQL? Knowledge about SQL? SQL. Okay, great. Now, I hope you are very curious to know about data science. Are you? Okay. So, you know, because it is very important to know where the audience stand actually, right? So one time I was talking about data science, and in that group, all the people had knowledge about data science. So then no good of talking about what is data science when everybody know about data science. Okay. Or at least some good understanding of data science. But here we are going to discuss from the scratch. Like what is exactly data science, why data science, and how to become data scientist. Okay. So here I have different slides. Now you look at here. So we are going to talk about what? Why data science? What is data science? And how data science? That means how to become a data scientist. Okay. Okay, I think we'll just take a break of a minute, 2 minutes here. Azan is going on. Yeah, you know what? Before we look at what is data science, it is important to know why data science. Okay. Then we can talk about what is exactly data science and how to become data scientist. And what are the career opportunities for a data scientist. At the same time, we look at the certification part also. So what are the various certifications available for a data scientist? Okay. And generally, I get a lot of questions, right? So I put those as a FAQ. So we have got the question and answer, but still, I encourage you to ask questions. So at the end, we have a Q&A session. So, you know, if you get any question, please note down. I appreciate. Otherwise, if you feel that like, you know, you have to ask right now, you can ask, but I appreciate if you ask at the end. So we have a dedicated time for your questions. So we have a Q&A session at the end. Okay. So you can ask technical questions, you can ask the questions related to your career. Now, the first thing, before we talk about data science, we have to understand data. So why data science is important? Because of data. Data science is not popular or important because of science, it is because of data. The credit goes to what? Data. Okay. Now, today, if you look at the data is compared with what? Oil. The oil has brought industrial revolution, and today data has brought business revolution. Okay. So data is absolutely very important. You understand? Data is the most important asset to any organization, isn't it? So what we are talking about data, the data is all about the facts. The data is all about customers, suppliers, about, look at like financial data, healthcare data, marketing data, all the data, right? Now, for some of you, if you just want to understand a very basic about data, so, data basically has got different shape actually. And in the latest slide, I'm also going to talk about, there is something called big data. So data is very simple, like whatever you store in the computer system, that's called data. Okay. For example, if you're going to store about your information, your name, your address, your contact details, that's all about what? Data, right? Now, if you look at, here I'm talking about the data for, customers related, suppliers, or data for employees, your partners' data, the data coming from the website, social media, IoT, which stands for Internet of Things, events, and the marketing. All these are generating what? Data. Got it? Data. But this is very limited, and this is called structured data. The details, for example, your details, the detail about the employees or customers, this is called structured data. Structured data. Okay. But today we are living in the world of big data. Let me tell you that, like, whenever we are talking about data, by default, it is big data. 10 years back, it was a different story. But today, data means what? By default, big data. And to understand big data, we have to look at, by the name you understand, big means of large volume of data. Okay. But not only that, the data in different shapes. You know that, like here, you'll find the data which is a large volume of data which cannot be fit into a single machine. That's called big data. But apart from that, data not only structured but unstructured data. So just now what we were mentioning about your information, your details, whether it's customers or employees, that's called structured data, which is in a very proper tabular structure format. You have seen Microsoft Excel, right? So the data what you see in Excel is called structured data. If you people know relational database, SQL, that is structured data. But you know what? More than 80% data is all about unstructured data. The data which is in text file, audio, video, images, that is what? Unstructured data. Okay. Yeah. Now, if you look at, this is basically to understand what is exactly data. We are dealing with all sort of data. Okay. Like, for example, you know what? Your audio, video is also very important. So big data deals with all types of data. So as a data scientist, we are dealing with all types of data, not only structured, but also unstructured. For example, you got a document, email, for example, email. So you write some message, right, in that email, but what you have written, that information is not there, right? So that is called, it is unstructured. Okay. So in data science, we are going to make use of all data, and that's called what? Big data. So this is very briefly I'm talking about. Okay. And if you have any questions, you can ask me. Okay. So data we have discussed, and now we're going to talk about what? Big data. And data science is all about big data. Is it okay? Clear? Big data. Nowadays, you know very well that, like, you are storing your photos, your audio in WhatsApp groups, or you are sending to social media. So that data is what? Big data, which is unstructured data. Okay. Now let's make it very simple, that why data science? So data science is all about, very simple, I'll make it very simple. Data science is all about decision making. That's it. Decision making. Okay. So how do we take decision? That we have to understand. For all of you, I'm making very clear, very simple. Anybody can understand. It's not a very big thing. Okay. to understand what is data science and why data science. You know, even I say that in our day-to-day lives, we exercise data science. In fact, we are data scientists. Okay, I'll give you an example. How do we basically make decision on that? If I'm asking you, before you buy anything, what exactly you do? For example, you are going to buy a mobile phone, latest mobile phone. Okay, so you are going to buy a mobile phone. What you will do before you buy a phone?
Research.
You will check that means the features. Yes. You are looking at the reviews. Great. Great. Absolutely great. Price. Yes. Same. Yes. Features. Compatibility with technologies. Features. So what you're doing? You people are looking at what? Data. And after that, when you take a decision, this is called data-driven decision. You got it? For example, if somebody blindly goes to a shop and buy the phone, you know what you call? This is called decision based on what? Intuition. Intuition, just gut, I'm feeling, oh, this phone is good, so I buy that. So it may be, a good decision, or it might be a wrong decision. You're getting my point? So now the companies, organizations cannot afford to make decisions based on gut feelings of decision makers, the managers or the CEOs. So they have to make decisions based on what? Data. So making decisions based on data, that's called data-driven decisions. So who's going to help organization in making data-driven decisions? Data science. So very simple, I'll tell you one thing. If any organization you take across industries, whether it is healthcare, manufacturing, retail, hospitality industries, any industry you take, if they want to make decisions, okay, based on data, they have to implement, they have to adopt what? Data science. Is that clear? So that's something very important, because for an organization, a wrong decision cost very hugely, isn't it? Like a single decision means, a single wrong decision means, well, it's a big problem. Okay. So now, how exactly they are going to do that actually? So what organizations are doing, they are basically gathering all the data. Okay, and with the help of data science, they are making what? Decisions. Okay, so this is exactly the why part actually. So the companies, they have got huge data. So from data, what they are deriving? Actionable insights. What they are getting from data? Actionable insight. Based on that, they are taking what? Actions. Okay. Okay. Now, what is data science? So data science, if you look at this generally, if you Google it, you will find mostly this picture, but I'll make it very simple actually. Okay. So here data science is all about computer science, domain knowledge, mathematics, statistics, and all that. So I'll make it very simple. So to understand data science, you have to look at 4 pillars. So data science is all about 4 pillars. So when you understand these 4 pillars, means you do understand data science. Okay. The first pillar is data, the domain, because without data, no data science, right? And here, when we are talking about domain, the business domain, it could be healthcare, retail, finance, marketing, production, manufacturing. It could be any one domain. Even it could be education, agriculture, or within that you can have a subdomain for the, okay. So that is exactly what data. So data is coming from where? Data is coming from a particular domain. So when, as a data scientist, we are working with any organization, so we are working with a specific domain. So with that organization, we might be working with financial domain or marketing or healthcare or production planning or inventory. Okay. So the data is coming from a particular domain. So that is something very important. Okay. The data part. Now, if you look at, you people understand data, and here we are talking about big data, all structured and unstructured data. Now the question is that how to understand data. If you want to understand data, then we use a language called statistics. The second pillar, statistics. Now statistics, and good intuition of mathematics, math. Now, you know that most of the people are having some confusion that for data science, a lot of mathematics is required. No, that's not true. For data science, statistics is important. Even though statistics is a branch of mathematics, but people, you know, they are spending a lot of time with calculus, linear algebra. For example, you're watching some videos on YouTube, and you know, you get to know that to become a data scientist, you have to have good knowledge about calculus, linear algebra, and now people are spending a lot of time. No, it's not required. What is important is what? Statistics. And believe me, statistics is a very great and very fun, you know, fully fun-oriented subject. You enjoy statistics. Anybody can learn statistics. The interesting thing, I'll tell you one thing, even though it's a part of mathematics, most of the people, they don't like mathematics in general, but they like statistics. Because statistics is all about the data. It's a language of data. So if you want to understand data numbers, you have to use what? Statistics. And in our school, we have learned about statistics, right? Like, for example, yeah, I'll tell you about that. So in statistics, we have learned about what? Average, mean, right? Average, mean. So honestly, tell me, did you understand mean, average? Right, isn't it? But most of the other concepts you might have not got it. Somebody didn't maybe pick up what is derivative, what is you know, differential equations and all that. But everybody understand what is average, what is mean. So statistics is very simple, easy. Okay. Now, if you look at here, I'm talking about good intuition of math. There are two subjects. One is calculus, the other is linear algebra. So you don't need to know hands-on knowledge about calculus or linear algebra. Some understanding, some intuition is required. How does, you know, calculus applied here? How exactly we can use linear algebra? Some concept, some idea. Believe me, even if you have no idea about mathematics, you can develop a good intuition. You don't need to worry about the formulas and all that. Okay, so you can develop that. And the best example what I can give you, BCom graduates. They have successfully completed data science course with me, and now they're working as a data scientist. And imagine, like, BCom guys, even intermediate, no mathematics. So last encounter with mathematics was in 10th class, and that was also horrible encounter. And after that, like, you know, no, but they could able to manage without any problem. So develop intuition, exactly how it works. And we do that in our course. Okay. So calculus part and linear algebra we are going to cover, but as a theoretical concept, as an intuition actually. Okay. But the statistics more in detail, complete. And the third pillar is, you know what? Set of software tools. Software tools. You have got data. Now you can apply statistics to understand data, to predict data. But exactly how? How you do that? For that, you require some software tool. And that is exactly Python, R, even Excel. And there are so many tools are coming into picture. Deliberately, I did not mention about Python and all that. People are thinking that to learn data science, Python is important. So Python is secondary. What is most important is really appreciating, understanding the value of what? Data. The second is statistics. You understand? Third comes your tools. For example, Python is absolutely very important, good, but even without Python, you can use other tools. You are a data scientist even without Python, but you are a not data scientist without statistics, without data. But without Python, it is possible. Okay. So, you know, when we are giving importance, so it has to be priority. According to the priority, we have to give the importance. According to the priority, we have to give the importance. This is something very important. Okay. So here I repeat again, Python, R, this comes under what? Software tool. And of course, basically you need to do some sort of coding, programming, but it is absolutely not tough. It's just fun, very exciting. You are going to work with data, and to understand data, you are going to use some small programs, you know, and that is really fun actually. And the fourth basically pillar, which is very important, is AI ML algorithm. ML stands AI, you know that AI is all about
artificial intelligence. ML is about machine learning algorithms. Okay, machine learning algorithms. So these machine learning algorithms are applied on data to predict the future events. Okay, so these machine learning algorithms are already developed. So we have to apply to build something called machine learning models, or we also call predictive models. Okay, so you can predict future sales, you can predict customer behavior, you can predict, your inventory, you can predict performance of your employees. So if you want to predict, you have to apply intelligence. You have to apply intelligence like a human being. And you require a lot of past data and you require intelligence. And here we are using which intelligence? Which intelligence we are talking about here? Artificial intelligence. Not real intelligence, human intelligence, artificial intelligence. And that's all about AI. And the branch of AI which deals with this particular domain is called machine learning. So machine learning is a subfield of artificial intelligence, which basically, applied on data to predict. Okay. So if you want to know more about this machine learning algorithms, of course, we'll be discussing. So when you have good understanding about the statistics and when you learn about ML algorithms and when you are using any particular software tool, that's it. So this is all about data science. Okay. Now the next part, how to become a data scientist. Now, what is data science? I hope it is clear. Okay. If you really feel that it's very important for you to ask, you can ask now or later. This is basically the journey we are talking about. So of course, you have to learn. Actually, the first step is learning data science, right? Learning data science. So here, because I have seen a lot of people, even including myself. So the journey actually. So this is very important actually, we have to understand. So we have to start with a proper mindset. So if you want to become a data scientist, anybody can become a data scientist, but the mindset is very important. Okay. So you have to understand what is really required to become a data scientist. I tell you, anybody can become data scientist. Of course, BCom guys. Yeah, am I talking theoretical? No, practical, because people have already got job. They're working. Mostly, people have misconception that like PhD, post-graduation in mathematics is required for data science. It's great, good. But even if you're a normal graduate with a proper mindset, you can become a data scientist. Okay. So basically, if you do learning data science and with a proper plan. So if you really want to become a data scientist, so that if you're determined to become a data scientist, nobody can stop you. But how about apart from your mindset, your commitment? So if you're really committing, and you have to really understand the time frame, if you're okay with that, then yeah, of course you can become data scientist. Okay. So the first part is, of course, learning data science, but doing with a lot of practice, hands-on practice. This is full of practical subject. So doing a lot of practice, solving business problem or real problem. Now, this is something very important here I want to mention. What is that? Data science is not about writing program or coding. No, that's what people are doing actually. So I've seen people are focusing too much on Python. Data science is all about solving problems with data. Now, please understand. Solving real problem with data. Any business problem, any problem you can solve. For example, you can solve social problems. You can solve traffic problem, pollution problem with data. Okay, so you have to gather data, and with the help of proper tools, you saw there are tools, statistics, AI, machine learning. You can solve real problems. Okay, so when you solve real problem now, you gain confidence. So when you're really willing to work with the data and solve business problem, the data science is your field. That is what I'm talking about. Like, please understand that data science is not about coding. Data science is all about data, not coding, data. It's all about solving real business problem. Are you really passionate about solving business problem with data? Forget about sometime Python. You can use Microsoft Excel, and just collect data, and you can solve a lot of problems. You can use SQL and write queries to answer, the questions which can solve problems. This mindset is very important. Okay, this is important. So if you're ready to do that, you can become a data scientist. Okay, so course is of course important, but more than that, what problems you have solved, how many problems you have solved. Okay, and of course there is a question comes that if I complete the course, fine, but how I'm going to apply for the job, because they ask for experience. But there are nowadays you got a lot of opportunities out there to gain experience. You know, once you have done the course, you can gain experience by definitely solving problems and even internship. You can work as an intern. You can work in internship projects. And internship project is a great way to gain what? Experience. And you know what? The interesting thing is that, like, when you apply for a job, nobody will ask you that, like, which organization. If you say that I have solved this problem, they will accept. Okay, I have solved this problem with data. You prove it, and it is definitely counted as experience. Okay, this is something very, very important. Huh? And there are a lot of opportunities out there. You can solve not many problems. Okay, so in a resume, what they are looking at? So they are looking at what are the problems you have solved using this technology, using data science. Now, you know, the job opportunities for data scientists in India and different parts of the world, well, we have huge opportunities out there. If you look at job opportunities in Hyderabad, in India, different parts of India, if you look at Gulf, US and all that, you will find there are a lot of data scientists are required. I don't want to go with the statistics. Okay, according to some statistics, more than 1 million jobs openings are there in US alone. And US is no doubt number one when it comes to data science opportunities. But in Hyderabad, in India, we have, in Mumbai, there are a lot of the opportunities are there for data scientists. Okay, and in Bangalore, there are a lot of opportunities in startup for data scientists. In Singapore, we have a lot of openings are there for data scientists. In Dubai, we have openings for data scientists. Sometimes it comes not in the form of, in the shape or in the face of data science, it comes in the shape of data analyst. So that also please you accept as data science. Yes, of course. So we'll be discussing that. You know, there is something like we have data engineer and all that, but that's a little different. But when it comes to data analyst, very close to data scientist. So you can start your career as a data analyst, and then you can move on to what? Data science role. The first step is data analyst. Well, I will answer in this way. If you are getting opportunity to work direct as a data scientist, so your role will not be data scientist. You know what exactly? It is going to be associate data scientist, associate or junior data scientist. No experience as a fresher, junior data scientist. So this is very good actually. And then after a year or two, you can directly start working as a data scientist or senior data scientist. Fine. In case if you are not getting that opportunity, then you can apply as a data analyst. And you can work at least for 1 year, and then you can switch as a data scientist. That is also there. First, of course, you can directly try for data science jobs or data science role, or you can start with data analyst. Now, what is the difference? I will tell you in a minute. Okay. So don't worry about the opportunity. You know what is important? Are you ready for this opportunity? Are you ready? Are you ready means are you ready with your skill set? Then opportunities are there. Data science job is there, and you will definitely get internship opportunity. Now the question is this: which organization, or which industry does not require data scientists? I don't think so. I have no idea that which industry. Every organization across industry require data scientists. Everybody is sitting on a huge volume of data, and they want to get a value from data. They require data scientists, isn't it? We are implementing data science. For that, they require a team of data scientists, right? So it's not the question of big, large organizations. Even a small, mid-sized organization, now they're looking for data scientists. Some organizations are looking for, instead of data scientists, they're looking for data analysts. That is also good. So, the position of data analyst is even existing even in small organizations. So you can start career from there. and then you can switch on to data science. Okay, so opportunities are there, no doubt. The only question is that, are you ready to grab the opportunity? Okay. Now the certification for data science, you know, we have a couple of certifications are there. If you just want to write a certification without any course, then Microsoft is very good. Microsoft Azure Associate Data Scientist, okay, or Associate Certified Data Scientist. So they are charging $160, okay, and they're providing free material to prepare for the exam, and that is very good certification. Okay, it's not just the question of Azure, but overall you can prove that I am a data scientist. But apart from that, if you really want to, you know, have a complete training and certification, then there are a couple of top universities they're offering this particular training as well as certification. Okay, IBM. In fact, IBM is totally free, so you can become IBM certified data scientist, or even there are other organizations also, or other universities also. Okay, so I'm going to guide you actually. There are a couple of organizations, there are a couple of industries or universities, they are doing that actually. Some of the universities, they are even charging, but how you can apply for a scholarship, you know, so you can get free also. So there are ways you can get certification as well as training also. Okay. So the question is that, like, is it really mandatory? Yes. Mandatory means as a fresher, it's a huge advantage. Mandatory in the sense it is not really like without these you cannot get job. No, it's not like that. Particularly if you look at, you know, companies in Gulf, they prefer certified professionals. Okay, and especially for freshers, it's like a validation. You know, yes, they say that at least it proves that you have skills, you have knowledge about data science. You may not have experience, but you have knowledge. So it's good actually. Now, these are the few FAQs I have. So at this point, is it okay, clear? Am I going very fast? Is it okay, fine, clear? You know, actually, in every session, in every demo session and seminar, mostly I love to interact with you people. That is the Q&A part. So there I would like to give more time. Okay. Now, the question is that, can anybody learn data science? Yes. Can anybody means I'm a BCom guy, I'm a BCA guy, or an MBA guy. Can I learn data science? Of course, you can learn and you can become a data scientist. Okay, so absolutely no problem. Maybe you may, in certain job requirement, you may find that they mention that we require PhD or, you know, MSc mathematics guys, or guy with applied statistics degree. That's okay. You know, I have seen a lot of job requirement where they clearly mention that we require PhD, or at least a guy with applied statistics, or MSc math, MSc applied statistics. Finally, you know what? They hired normal BTech guys or even BCom guys, because they could not get guys with that qualification. So for most of the organizations, it's very difficult to get what? PhDs. Okay. So they try to get it. Otherwise, when they get a candidate who is just a graduate, but if that candidate is good, they accept it. Okay. So yes, of course, you can. Now, the question is that how much math, coding knowledge is required for data science? Okay. So people think that a lot of coding knowledge, a lot of mathematics knowledge is required. So I made it clear. As far as the math is concerned, statistics is very important. Okay. And coding, okay, so statistics, and apart from that, some intuition of what? Calculus and linear algebra. And I told you that, if so that, you know, last time I worked with mathematics 10 years back. That's okay, no problem. No problem, absolutely. The best example you can take, you know, when I started learning data science, for me, it was 15 years gap for mathematics. So I could able to refresh easily without any difficulty. So mindset is important. I never thought that, oh my God, I want to get into data science, and for that I need to refresh mathematics. But last time you know, my touch with mathematics is 15 years back. So can I do that? So yes, of course, when, you know, when you really want to achieve something, you can do that. So, and I always say that when I can do, you can do it. And then another very interesting thing I'll tell you. You know how you can prove some people, no, forget about this is wrong, absolutely wrong, that you require PhD, you require math degree or statistics degree to become a data scientist. Then I ask you a question. We have a couple of young guys, now they're working as a data scientist. You know what is the age? 12 years, 13 years. 13 years guy, 8th class, 9th class guy. Now my question to those people, how much mathematics these people know, these young guys know, young kids know? Yeah, why? Because I told you that this tool is making our job easy. Even let me also make it very clear that the statistics. Hello, excuse me. Yeah, online guys, can you mute your mic? Yeah, thanks. You know that like if you look at this statistics part, even in statistics, you don't need to worry about the formulas and all this. Okay, because the programming tool, like for example, Python is going to make our job easy working with statistics. Yeah, some tool like Python or R language. Okay. Yeah, it's a part of. What is the time now? If you have any getting late for your prayer, I think we'll just wrap up fast. Now the question is that which domain to focus on as a fresher? You know, something very important that as a data scientist, you have to focus on one particular domain. That domain you can select, you know, the best domain, you know what? Your own domain. Suppose if you're working as a marketing, professional, or you're working in healthcare, as an example. So the best thing you have to select healthcare. You're working in say production planning, you select that. You're working in education department, you select education. But if you say that no, I'm a fresher, I don't have any domain knowledge, then you can pick up any domain. Generally, I recommend marketing, digital marketing, because digital marketing is a data rich field. A lot of data is there. You know, when you want to learn data science, experiment with data, we require a lot of data, and digital marketing gives you a lot of data, real data. So you can work with any organization's digital marketing, data, and you can really understand what is going on. So digital marketing you can select, or depending on if you're already working with any particular domain, that is the best domain. Okay. So for fresher, it is okay. You can select any domain. Digital marketing is very easy, simple. What is the time frame to learn and become a data scientist? You know, learning basically, yeah, if you really, punctual, regular, you can learn in 3 months. But in 3 months, you may not be able to become a data scientist, because after 3 months, you have to actually, work as intern or work in some projects. So overall, you can spend 5 to 6 months. Okay, 5 to 6 months. But I have seen that right after 3 months, people got job as an intern, or people got job as an associate data scientist. And in some of the companies, they work for internship 2 months, and after internship, they directly started working as an associate data scientist. So it's possible. Actually. Okay. So it's all about like how much you are dedicated to this particular subject. Okay, that's something. Your time is very important. Your focus, 100%. If you're giving 100%, then 3 months, fine, 3 months. You don't have to learn so many tools. So at this point, I want to tell you that you have to pick up only one tool. Like say, for example, Python. You know, the problem is that people are learning, see, statistics, you cannot avoid. AI, machine learning, you cannot avoid. They are mandatory. Apart from the tools, we got so many tools, Python, R, Spark, so many tools are there. Now, the mistakes by freshers, they're learning multiple tools. That's a mistake. No, one tool, and become good in that tool. In interview, what they are looking at, that so many things, no, they are not expecting. believe me, even if you have got 1 year experience now as a data scientist, 1 year experience, they are expecting very, limited knowledge from you, because in 1 year also you will not get a lot of things. For example, can I expect a 1 year data scientist to be good in data, Python and R, two programming languages? No. You're getting my point? I met one guy, data scientist. He has got 3 years experience. He didn't touch R. He said, still I'm working with Python. So one tool, either Python or R. Well, in that case, if your concepts are clear now, you can work. Because I tell you one thing, whether it is Python or R, the statistics, the AI, the algorithms are same. So again, you are open, you are flexible. You say, no problem. I know Python, but I'm ready to learn R. You give me time. And honestly, if you are good in Python, you can learn R yourself. If you're good in R, you can learn Python yourself. That is what I'm talking about. Being good in one tool. Yeah, there is a chance that in some organization, they might be using different tools, but that you can manage. Okay. So I hope this is clear. Still, if you want to ask, you can ask. Now, what is the difference between data scientist and versus data analyst? The main difference between data scientist and data analyst is that data analyst is going to work on, what happened and what is happening. So these are the main focus. Okay, what happened and what is happening. A data scientist, what will happen, and that's all about predictive analytics. A data analyst is mostly concerned with descriptive analytics. Descriptive. Okay, what happened, what is happening. Whereas data scientist is going to work with predictive analytics. What will happen? So mostly, reports, dashboard, a single screen which gives all the information, especially performance information, or there is something called KPI, key performance indicator, like sales performance, sales performance in a single page dashboard. You might have seen dashboard. So generally, who create that dashboard or report? Data analyst. But as a data scientist, you are going to create predictive models. Using the past data, you're going to predict the future event. This is the main difference between data scientist and data analyst. Now, by this, I think this is also clear to you. I think it's making sense to you that, yeah, as a data analyst, you can work, and then you can work as data scientist. They're very close. Okay. Now, if you are asking me what is my suggestion, if you are asking, then I would say that, like, you must be open to work with both data analyst role or data scientist role. And then you, from the beginning, with the proper mindset, okay, you have to start learning, and your commitment is very important. Okay. And you have to understand that, like, data is important, domain is important, and your consistency. Okay. Never give up mindset, a growth mindset. Okay. And I tell you one thing, in some cases, there might be a little delay to get a good break, but definitely you will get a break in industry, either as a data scientist or data analyst. Okay. Now, the question is that, what is your strategy of learning? How much time you are spending? How much focus you are? How much you are involving yourself? This is very important. Okay, from the beginning. How much you are learning as an individual as well as a team. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, so I may be able to give you more suggestion maybe later, but I think now we can turn to Q&A session. The course, I thought, like, already you might have got course details, the brochure from here, where all the information is mentioned. That's why I did not put any slide related to course. Okay. Let me, okay, I'll tell you about that. This course basically 3 months, right, duration. The main content is basically, of course, we are going to cover statistics from scratch. So if you're not in touch with the statistics, it's a long time, no worries. We are going to cover statistics, AI, machine learning, and of course, Python. the coding part from the scratch. So there are two parts, right? The coding and the mathematics or the statistics part. So if you don't know anything about programming or coding, no problem. We are going to start from scratch. First thing. Second thing, the mathematics or statistics, don't worry. We are going to, like, you know, we are even going to touch about what is average, what is mean, different types of mean, what is median, mode, all that we are going to cover. Why? Because it is required, right? Refresh is required actually. Because some of the people are out of touch since a long time. So we have to do this actually. So we are going to do that actually. So this, don't worry about this. So what, your commitment is only important. You know, you are regular, you are punctual, you are practicing, you are focused, you know, and you really enjoy working with data, or at least make a mindset to love data, passionate about data, passionate about solving business problems with the data. And you know that your style of thinking, that whenever you look at everything, you look in terms of data numbers actually. Yeah, that's very important, you know, because in news we get a lot of data statistics. Okay. For example, you can really understand how the coronavirus is getting spread looking at the data. You can understand the politics looking at the data. Who is lying more? You can understand with data. That's the power of data. So there are two people in the world. One, the people, just a common view, but another view is that they look at the world with a view of data. So they both are looking at the world, but a group which look at the world from the view of data is totally different. Okay, so you understand what is really going on. Okay, so I appreciate if you have any questions, if you would like to ask any questions. Well, you know, if you can really afford to go for higher education, it's always great. If you can afford, alhamdulillah, very good. But suppose if you say, no, I have to really work, then you can apply for the jobs. Why? Because if you're going for master in data science or AI, so definitely it's going to add more value to you. If you can afford, that's great. And of course, you know, after this course, you know, some of my students also, they have done a course, and now they are in US, they are doing, you know, MS in data science. And they are able to really understand because they have already done the course, right? And definitely they have a very bright career, I can say. Yes, any questions related to the career about data science? Great. This is very good question actually. In fact, I tell you one thing, you know, most of the people say that the programming and all that, programming, mathematics, they are not prerequisite. Why? Because we are going to cover in the course. What is the main prerequisite is just, I say that your mindset and passion, that's it. These are the important prerequisites, of course. And your commitment that, yes, next 3 months, I'm going to dedicate to this particular subject. I'm going to work hard. I'll give my best. So, yes, any other questions? You people all understand Urdu, Hindi, right? Yeah. I think the management, they will decide. Ijaz sir will decide. So I also have no idea. So I'm the faculty. Yes, I'm the faculty. Along with me, I have other faculties also. Okay. Yes, complete. We are going to focus, yes, 3 months. And we are going to particularly focus on this, what we call Python actually. So your primary tool will be what? Python. With Python, we'll be doing AI. With Python, we'll be doing statistics. Okay, so all with Python. So you become good in one tool, that's it. And don't worry, even tomorrow, if you're going to get R, no problem. You can manage. They will understand. Take time and you can manage. But worldwide, if you look at Python, is #1 tool for data science. You can go and it is there in, of course, opportunities are right in Hyderabad. Of course, yes. Participation certification, that you have participated in this data science course, so you get that certificate. That also brings some value, that at least you know you have done a course. So that participation course is definitely good. Well, apart from that, you want to get certified with a reputed vendor. To Microsoft, you can go IBM Data Science, which is free, in fact. So I'll guide you how to get certification from Microsoft or from IBM. So that will add your value actually. Yeah, they say that, like, you complete this particular course, which is easy, you can do that. And then I'll tell you the steps. You get it. And then finally you get a certificate and you can put it in your LinkedIn account. So any other questions you have? Any questions you have?
Hello, sir.
Or
Hello.
did you get clear idea at least what is data science? Yeah, I think it's not visible to me. I think.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Can I complete my whole data course with Google Colab?
Sorry, Google
Colab?
Google column.
Google Colab.
Okay. Now, see, I'll tell you, generally, that is one of the tool actually. If you want to use Python online, then you can use Google Colab.
Okay.
Well, generally, what I recommend that you should install Python in your own machine, and better you practice in your own machine. But
Okay.
suppose if you don't have good resources in your machine, then you can practice Python with Google Colab online. So we basically cover both actually. Sometimes I give examples on Google Colab also. That is also good, but don't 100% depend on Google Colab.
Okay.
Actually, the question what is asked, online Python is available. So if you don't want to install Python and you want to practice immediately, so Google people are providing Google Colab. Okay. So there's an online Python available. You can practice, you can do coding and all that thing. Okay. So that is a good facility. But you should know, but you should not totally depend on that. Yes. Any question from anybody online audience or here sitting offline? Any questions? Please ask related to your career guidance or technical questions. Well, data science course and master in data science, this is all about specialization. Okay. Now, they will not only focus on the tools, they will also focus on domain also. So that advantage you will get actually. Okay. And you'll be spending a lot of time with industry, solving industrial problems. So it's good actually. So what I can say, the next level. But when you have already done a data science course, the master in data science is going to be easy for you. Okay.
Sir?
Absolutely, no problem. Yes, you can. Because people are working on different internship projects and they're getting as a associate data scientist and they are doing. Yes, please go ahead, ask. Yeah.
Are you listening me?
Yes, sir.
Is
Can you hear
it
me?
necessary to be graduated or have a degree to become a data scientist?
If you people, can we take these questions in a, I think, chat box? I appreciate if you can ask in the chat box because the voice is not clear. Yeah, can you put your question in the chat box? Yeah, can you hear me? If you can put the question in the chat box.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Yes,
And I'll be able to give you a clear answer. You know that I think that question I didn't read right now. Can I complete my whole data science course with Google Colab? Yes, you can do, but I generally don't recommend. So you should do, but you should install in your own machine also, laptop also. Okay? Don't totally depend on the online. Now, yeah, the question is it necessary to get a degree to become a data scientist? Well, at least in India, people ask for what? Degree, at least some degree, not just BTech or PhD, but at least BCom, maybe if you are trying for some startups and you don't have degree, they will consider. But otherwise, most of the companies are at least asking for some degree. Okay. But after, even if you don't have degree and you gain some experience, after gaining experience, then maybe people ignore you. But they ignore your degree. Even if you don't have degree, that's okay. But the challenge is that, this is like a egg or chicken problem. So whether job first or experience first. For job, you require experience. For experience, you require job. Now for the job, you require degree. But somehow, if you could able to manage, gain experience. So I tell you, a story of one guy. What he did actually, he was without degree. He completed this course and he started working on freelancing projects. Okay. And today also he's working on freelancing project and he's making lots of money on freelancing project, at least I think $4,000, $5,000 a month and without a degree. So that is also there actually. So are you ready to work as a freelancer? Then nobody will ask you degree. They'll ask you your competency. Can you solve this problem? Can you do this project? Yes. So I hope you got your answer.
Yes, sir.
Well, you are asking for financial aid to complete this course. I think I'm not the right person. The management, yeah, I'll ask the management to get back to you. So you can please contact management. Yes, they might have some scheme or some maybe options. Please, they will let you know. Yes, it was asked by Mohammed Safiullah. Yes, any other questions from here offline audience? Is it okay? Did you get it?
Completed the engineering. So what's the future from like after completion of this course? Can I have a job or do I have to do anything?
No, see, basically engineering from different domains, different subjects. That's okay. In fact, most of the people are now into a lot of mechanical guys, a lot of electronics, even civil guys now working in IT.
No matter from which
stream, yeah, your which field, which stream, that's okay. Oil and sea. Okay, great. Yeah, I'll take up. Sorry. Yeah. So the question is that what companies expect from a junior data scientist who are new to the field. I think this is a good question. Actually, they don't have, first of all, too much expectation. As a fresher, mostly they will be expecting you to work with data. Honestly, you know what? You may not like it, so they may give you a job to clean data, which is, I take it as positive because everything is good actually. So most of the freshers people are cleaning data. So don't take it as negative, take it as positive, because tomorrow you can prove that like I have worked from the scratch. Okay. Somebody started working as a data scientist building predictive models. I think, no, you have missed. Somebody started working with data, collecting data, cleaning data. Data is not in proper shape, format, making proper format and all that. This will give you good foundation, good experience, good confidence. Okay. So depend on companies to companies. But as a fresher, they may not expect you to deliver, something very advanced, but mostly you may have to work with data cleaning. Maybe sometimes you have to, test predictive models developed by the senior data scientists. Okay. So there is a guy who is working as a associate data scientist, and his job is to help assist senior data scientists. Okay. So this is the way you can learn a lot of experience. You can get a lot of knowledge from the senior people also. Okay. So I hope this is clear. How to get experience? This is a very beautiful question. How to get experience? You know, there are so many ways to get experience. One of the ways is what? By solving real world problems. When you are ready to solve real world problem, you gain experience. That's it. Apart from that, you take some internship project. So when you work as an intern for 2 months, 3 months, you are gaining experience. And there are a lot of paid internship jobs are there. There are many unpaid also. If you're willing to work unpaid, there are many. So there's no problem. I don't want any pay, but I want experience. So you can work as an intern, data science intern, and you can gain experience. So nowadays, there are so many ways to gain what? Experience. Don't worry about that. Even I would like to again repeat that without internship also you can gain experience by solving problems around you. And you can highlight in your resume that these are the problem I have solved with data. I collected data and I saw this problem and I solved this solution. Okay. And of course, if you want exact, in this course, you'll be learning that with data, how you can solve the problem. Because the data will, when you analyze data, it will give you the trend, the pattern, you understand what is going on. Okay. And then you'll be able to understand the problem. Okay. Because something very important about data, the data never lies. And data beats emotion. Data has got no emotions. That's why we have to say data-driven decisions are more better than decision based on intuition, because data has got no emotions. Okay. Yes, go ahead, please. Yeah, almost. But research analysts may not be creating predictive models and all that. But as far as the data part is concerned, yes, of course. In fact, I have seen a couple of research analysts now, they have switched to data scientists and they're really enjoying. Why? Because throughout their, the job, their experience is all working with data. And now they're really enjoying the work of data science. So there's a question like salary expectation. You know, the average salary for data scientists, fresher in India, 5 lakhs per annum. Okay, per annum, 5 lakhs. And 1 to 3 years experience, 7 lakhs. Above that, 10 lakhs. In US, the average salary is 110,000. Okay, 110K. 110K is the average salary in US. So this is the average. Okay. So somebody can expect the lowest part I'm talking about, at least 5 lakhs per annum as a fresher.
In
Data
US?
$75,000 US dollar is the for freshers or for the beginners, but otherwise the average is actually 110K in US.
Okay.
In fact, a couple of my students are working in US. Recently, they got offer in New York City, and their package is 100 and in fact 120. The average I said 110, but they got 120 also. Because they were working on different platforms, different fields, and they use that as a experience. So they didn't enter as a fresher. They used that as a platform, because already they're working in the research. They were working. Some of the guy was working as a data analyst also, and because of that they got this advantage. Because already you have got huge experience with data, and now you can really understand data science, and you can now give real value actually. So companies, the pay depends on something very important. That's what my experience. What value you're bringing to the table, what you're going to give to the company. That is all about your salary. As an individual, what is, they don't look at, this 3 years experience. No. As an individual, what value you are giving to the company. Based on that, they are ready to negotiate. Even if they are saying, say 120, you ask for 150, they will give you. if they find your worth. Okay, so make yourself strong, technically strong. Another point, let me tell you that one of the most important thing for data scientists where people are facing problem, please let me make it very clear, communication skills. Yeah, people are facing problem. Some of the guys are very good data science, just because they are not good in communications, they are facing problem. So please don't ignore, be very good in communication skills. Okay, so you have to see at the end, you have to explain, right, what problems you are solving. You have to understand other communication is always two-way. You have to understand the problems, you have to understand the stakeholders, and you have to explain your solution to them. This is real communication. Okay, and this comes by practice. When you work in some projects, okay, you take the problem, you understand the problem, and you solve the problem and explain that this is how did I really solve the problem. Okay, so communication is very, very important for data scientists. Okay, so that's it. Yes, guys. So now there's another question that I don't know whether will Tableau and Power BI knowledge visualization help back a junior data scientist. See, there is a tool called Tableau or Power BI, which is used for reporting. Okay, this is particularly very important for a data analyst. For data scientists, it's a plus point. Like, if you know these tools is good, but it is not really required. But data analysts, it is important. Okay, there is a tool called Tableau or Power BI. That's for reporting or to create a dashboard. So yes, of course, some companies, they are working as a junior data scientists, but they are working as they are handling the task of data analyst also. So if you know this tool, the companies say that fine, it's a plus point. It is no doubt going to add more value to you. Okay, if you can, you can do that actually. Yes, I think that was the last question. Okay, guys. So all guys, thank you for attending these sessions, and I appreciate your time for showing a lot of patience to listen to me. And always you're welcome for your queries in future also. Okay, take care. Bye.
Hello. Yeah, this is Ejaz Ahmed. I wanted to inform you about the batch. Uh, uh, the batch will start from 5th of January. Okay, that's on Wednesday. And the class timings would be 6:30 in the evening till 8:30 p.m. Okay, evening hours. Okay, and those who are joining online also, you can register. You can reach out to our numbers, and offline you can connect to the reception, and you can register your name so that you can join the classes. Okay, so the physical classroom training will happen, and those who connected through online, they will be having an presentation as well as in a video recording as well. We will be sharing the everyday recording in the group. Okay, those who miss the class, they can go through the video of the recorded session, and they can review or recap the chapters. All right, I hope the session was very useful to you all, and we expect you to register as soon as possible so that we can start the batch successfully. So 5th January evening 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. we are starting the classes. So you can also put this request to your friends and colleagues, whoever wanted to have to learn data science with us, please welcome all of them to this batch. Okay, thank you very much. So I myself, Ijaz Ahmed, signing off from this batch. Yeah, this will be a 5 days a week course, Monday to Friday, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. So like Monday to Friday, there will be classes, respective assignments and respective, homeworks will be given after every class, so that you can become the, you can practice the concepts and you can become perfect. Right? Thank you very much. So signing out from online as well. Thank you very much for joining to Full Stack Academy. So thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.